They are finally fully assembled and they've been cut off their sprue trees. This is how they look when they're completed. Keep in mind again, these are pretty much you can. You guessed it, I'm now back at Casino City here in Montcalc. I'm going to go check out Hobby Base because I found out that they had just arrived the new shipment of the 10th anniversary. I think it's the 10th anniversary of the Transformers Prime series. This time, instead of getting a Megatron, it looks like they got the double pack with one of the Vehicons and another Decepticon as well, which I forgot his name off the top of my head, but we're going to check it out in just a moment. You're wondering, I'm actually not taking the elevator. I'm actually going to go up 3 flights of escalator stairs, and then I'm going to use the fire escape because basically it's, if you take the fire escape, you can go up 1 floor on the 3rd floor, just take the escalator to the 3 floors, and then you go up to fire escape, which I'll show you in a moment, and it takes you up to Hobby Base because right now during busy times, everyone's waiting for the elevator and I don't want to wait there and just, you know, miss out on a chance of picking it up. So here you go. If you take a look over here, there's an escalator and then, going down the escalators and going up the stairs. And pretty much it's right at the end and I'm going up the stairs to the 4th floor. 4th floor over here. Well, actually it says 3rd floor, but in technicality, it's actually the 4th floor. There we go. Let's go inside. Walking right in. Turn. You got the naughty guy. And you got Hobby Base. That was quicker than I thought. Yeah, they're pretty much sold out. I guess he didn't have much stock. So I'm going to head down the street to the Ends Point and pretty much check out my man Ming over at the Tokyo Station. In case you're wondering, Ends Point, Yamate, and Montcalc are virtually like, we're just talking about less than 5 minutes of a walk from each other. Maybe a little bit more, but they're just down the street. So when you go to Casino Center in Montcalc and you don't see what you want, you go to Ends Point, it's just right down the street, the main road, which is called Nathan Road. And that's where I'm headed to now. I was really shocked, okay? Hobby Base had only posted that on their Facebook for 2 hours and literally just totally just gone. Alright guys, so basically right now I'm leaving Ends Point now. I just stopped by Ming's shop that you guys know in Ends Point Yamate that I usually go to. Cool thing is, okay, he told me he will reserve one as he's going to get stock in tomorrow. Fantastic. This is why it pays to be good friends with everyone who basically you buy from. Just, you know, keep the relationship going. When you guys pretty much come here to Hong Kong later on and you are like a frequent shopper like I am, it's always very good to pretty much, you know, be cool to these guys. You know, and they will treat you right. That's all it is. It's just like back in the States, like, you know, you all as fellow collectors, you help each other out. And it's the same that goes here in Hong Kong. It goes around the world, man. It's international.
Starscream, it was a gift from Breakdown and myself.
Finally got this guy. Thank you again. Thank you so much, Ming, over there at Tokyo Station in the Ends Point. He had just let me at least pick up one of these guys because you could saw what happened when I ran to Hobby Base. That was quicker than I thought. Yeah, they're pretty much sold out. I guess Hobby Base had just like tons of people lining up. Once they posted it on their Facebook, boom, everybody was like right off work. They just like jetted down there, lined up, and that's it. They were all gone. Thank God, okay? Just going down the street, I was able to get one. I mean, guys, seriously, okay? I am just like every one of you who works a full-time job. If anything, okay, I am actually working 7 days a week, mostly because of the pandemic, and we need to, you know, continue to try to make more funds, especially since I want to add more to my collection. But at the same point, that's how we got to do it, and that's what we got to stretch out for. But in any case, let's skip all that and go straight to the review. All right, here we go. And you can see, actually, there are 2 boxes right there. You probably already know what this box is. That's right, it was the Hades Megatron Transformers Prime Edition that we just did the review on just not too long ago. And this one, of course, is the Transformers Prime Vehicon and Breakdown 10th Anniversary. Just to give you a big size comparison, you're looking roughly, wow, you're looking at just almost, I'd say, another 1.5 inches more of length to the special Vehicon and Breakdown 10th Anniversary. And that is pretty much primarily because you're actually getting 2 Transformers in one box. You're not just getting one like you did with the Megatron. However, the Megatron did come with a lot of nice accessories. And pretty much the box design, absolutely the same as the Megatron. Nothing about it is different. They have the same insignia, same detailing, same look of that little crater with this kind of dark energon energy just coming into it. In any case, let's go ahead and open it up. Go ahead and actually use my forceps right here to actually have a pointy end, and I'm going to go ahead and slide that over, and there you go, the cut is right there. Going to go ahead and pull this up. There it is, opens up, exact same type of marking as the Megatron, and let's take a look. Whoa, wow, check it out, everyone. There you have Breakdown, and right next to him you have the Vehicon. Actually, I'm really excited because I love the grunts for any sort of series, whether it's going to be G.I. Joe, it's going to be Marvel, it's going to be Transformers. I like the soldiers. I'm just particularly always about armies, and just the grunts are just some of the special things for me. However, I do know that this is again a special edition for the Transformers Prime series, but I never did actually get Breakdown, and so I'm glad this is the first time I got Breakdown. Actually, if you all remember in the cartoon series, Breakdown was actually one of the first Transformer Decepticons to get, you could say, broken down. He got broken down, remember that? And then I think in the way he got changed into a zombie, or he was like there was so many twists and twirls in that series. Yeah, he got changed into a zombie. Actually, one of the humans, I believe, they put his body inside him.
The perfect meld of man and machine. Exquisite. Thank you all.
Kind of like what they did. I forgot that series. I'll try to find it out for a minute, but I remember, yes, he became like zombie-like, was actually a human stuck inside. But the Vehicons were awesome, because the Vehicons, as you know, basically they are just basically there to do all the bidding, but you just had so many of them. And at times, remember, Optimus Prime was being so diplomatic. He said, don't hurt the guy who already just surrendered.
Autobots do not inflict harm unless all other options have been exhausted. It is what separates us from the Decepticons.
Those two figures, there are also a couple of accessory weapons you can see probably in the back. Here it comes with 2 packs. Of course, it also has the instructions. And there's a sticker sheet. Jeez. Here's another part of stickers. Now, if you all saw the last review with the Megatron, I am so sorry I had cut out the part of detailing with the stickers, simply because YouTube had actually done something with the photo, the rendering of the video, so I had to actually cut that part out. However, this time I'm going to make darn sure, I'm going to make double sure that you all see what the detail of the stickers look like when they're applied. One more point to note, those weapons that they do have are actually, you could say, mini-cons, or, well, they're basically, you could say they're versions of Target Masters for Transformers Prime. This one is for Breakdown, or they call it Warp Breakdown. He's called Zamu, and that's what he transforms into when you actually assemble them together. There it is right there on the sprue before I go ahead and disassemble it and put it together. And then the other one for the Vehicon, they have this one is called Igu. I believe his name is Igu. There's the transformation, or what it transforms into when you separate the parts, and there's a sprue for that. We'll get to that in just a moment. They are finally fully assembled, and they've been cut off their sprue trees. This is how they look when they're completed. Keep in mind, again, these are pretty much, you could say, model piece kits, where basically you need to do a bit of assembly yourself, and you can see already every time you cut them off the sprue, they leave that kind of nub mark. You generally want to gently sand it down. However, overall, for a modeler, you're probably going to repaint the whole entire figure in order to get a better representation of what it could look like in detail. This one is this is the Zamu, and this Zamu is pretty much the Breakdown's weapon, sidearm companion, you could say. Kind of reminds me of Blaster's cassette, that one that also looks like a rhino.
Instructed Ramhorn, the rhino, who can use animalistic force if cornered.
Don't you think? Because it does look like a rhino. And the assembly is quite easy, or you could say transformation is quite easy. All you do is fold his legs in like this, fold both legs in like that, fold his head down like so, and you can pull out the notch, and there it is. It also adds on to his Breakdown's as a side weapon on top of his vehicle transformation mode. And yeah, not too, it's very basic, really. I was expecting a bit more for the weaponized side. I guess you can make some more attachments. Actually, the instructions do have some additional attachments which are sold separately, which I'm not quite sure where you get those, but I'm assuming they come from other parts. Here it is the Igu for the Vehicon. Now this really does look like a chameleon, if you ask me. It's like a Transformer chameleon. Head shape, spikes on the top. It could probably color change, actually, if this was the gimmick. And the transformation, again, quite simple. All you got to do is fold in the legs like so. So we're going to go ahead and fold in the legs, pull legs down, there, same thing on this side, fold in the legs like this, and then the top is just going to pull over and face over here to rotate, and there you have it. He basically has the barrel extension right here, and yeah, again, simple but effective, you could say, for a Vehicon weapon. In any case, it is, like I said, these weapons that are more like coming to become like target masters, like in the first generation 1 series. This is how they did this in this representation for Transformers Prime. Comes the part where we're going to go ahead and add on the sticker sheets. Here we have the sticker sheet for War Breakdown, and there's a sticker sheet we see for the Vehicon. We're going to go ahead and add them right now and take a look and see what is the difference. To note, as I was actually trying to apply the stickers to Breakdown, they made a mistake over here on the diagram. As you can see, number 18 for the sticker sheet right here, which I've just already peeled off, doesn't actually go on the left foot as they show, which is supposed to go on this foot right here. It actually goes onto the right side. They made a mistake over here for sure, because if you look, there's 18, which I peeled off, 19 is still there. But however, if you actually try to peel it off, and if you take a look at the shape right there, it doesn't actually fit. It doesn't fit in that side. It's actually supposed to go to the other side, which I found very strange. Take note of that, okay, if you are actually applying the stickers, that they did make a mistake right there. And that's just really actually kind of silly in my opinion. I would have think that, I would have thought the company would have taken note of this like ages ago, or had somebody to proofread and find out what is the flaws in the things of this, but they didn't do it. Daggone it.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
Daggone it, Hasbro. There was another problem is the fact that their detailed instructions of how to apply the stickers really is a huge problem. As you can see, here is the Zamu right here, and I'm trying to apply where this one goes. This is actually number 16 over here, and it's supposed to go on the, basically, it's supposed to go on, like, you could say the shoulder region, but the problem is it doesn't actually show the diagram of how the sticker is applied. It just shows that, okay, you've got colored in, and it's supposed to fill in the whole side. So do I put it this way? Do I put it maybe this way? You're really not sure, and this is really a big problem. I think they could have at least been a better explanation. We already know the stickers aren't great. You probably won't apply them anyways, but those of you who do want to apply them, you're going to find some problems immediately with this. Okay, here they are, finally completely stickered out. Pretty much all the stickers were used up as best as I could. Actually, I kind of only left one Decepticon insignia right here, but that's just an additional. It actually doesn't have a number to it, so you can usually use it for a spare for another Transformer later. However, pretty much as I recommend for everyone to do, if you are going to put stickers on there, just be very careful and mindful that they are pretty much not fitted, okay? So you're going to have a lot of folds and bends, like I mentioned before in the last review with the 10th anniversary Hades Megatron. But again, you know, they do add a bit of detailing there, as apart from there was one discrepancy with the breakdown sticker. As I mentioned again before, on this side they're actually incorrect about where you put that sticker part. But let's look at Breakdown real quick. Breakdown, you can see very nice menacing face right there, red yellow eyes. Pretty much he is detailing and sculpt, you know, it stays true to the actual cartoon. As I recall, he didn't actually have a lot of airtime, as I mentioned before in the episode. I remember he gets killed off pretty quick, and then just, you know, used as an empty shell for a human to be controlling him and whatnot and all sorts of stuff. So it got really intense, kind of like zombie-like, I remember in that series. However, if you just look at him right here, you can see applications for the stickers around the sides came from the sides and the fenders as well on the rear. And then of course you've got the small applications insignia right here. Pretty much, you know, he's a standard solid figure. Nothing loose about this guy. Everything's actually quite tight, which is good. Pretty much I would say that if you do have Breakdown and you have a different version, because I know there's a couple versions of Breakdown as well as there are with Vehicons, but this is my first one for Breakdown because I actually never purchased much of the Transformers Prime line. And then, of course, here you go with the, okay, this is the Zamu. This is his weapon there. You can see right there what's the stickers inside. I don't know why they didn't actually make a circular cut right here. As you know, this just had to go over that peg. It's kind of bulging out. You might want to actually circular cut. I was just kind of like, didn't want to spend too much time, so I just stuck right over it as the instructions had mentioned. But pretty much this is what it's like. Again, I would recommend, to be honest, if you're going to go full with this, you might as well just, you know, spray paint this whole entire figure, because you got this nubble on the side and it doesn't look that great. And pretty much I would honestly, if you're gonna keep this on the shelf or whatnot, you're going to have to spray paint the whole thing. Would be better to put more detail. There is an insignia right there in the middle, if you can take a look, that they have, which is okay. That's a nice little touch. Is the Egu right here for the Vehicon sidearm weapon. Nice purple, nice silver sticker application you have. Again, you have the Decepticon insignia behind the clear acrylic part that you can also insert. There you go with the mono eye. Actually, they both have the red mono eyes, if you're in case you're wondering. But the detailing, okay, not too bad. This one you don't need to really paint because it's already come with a nice metallic gray. This one is a very offset white. I would definitely think about, you know, painting that if you're going to keep it on the shelf. And then, of course, here we have the Vehicon, okay? Very nice coloring in here with the black and the pink. And, of course, you've also got metallic purple. It does not have any die-cast parts, in case you're wondering. Both figures in that terms have no die-cast parts. There's the back shot. Sticker applications, you got some on the wings, you got some on the legs, around the knee area, or you say the shin area right here. A couple of detailings. I think the stickers work a lot better with the Vehicon than the Breakdown, to be honest. So if you were going to basically wanting to detail one of them, I would definitely go with the Vehicon, not so much Breakdown. Breakdown, you might just put a couple insignias here and there, but all the other ones aren't going to be that big of a deal if you don't want to. And again, it's all up to how you all choose. Alright, now we're going to go straight to the transformation. Let's start with Breakdown first. So the first thing we're going to do for transforming him is quite simple. We're going to go ahead and fold his hands and arms back like so. And then what you're going to do is you want to go ahead and rotate this whole part right here to fold his hand back in. And do another rotation like this to make like an L shape, so that basically you can see right there, there's the L. And you're going to do the same thing for the other side. This right here is going to rotate in. Basically, it's folding his hand in. And then go ahead and make sure that this becomes an L shape right there. Kind of like, yeah, you could say an L shape right there on that side. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and flip this up. So you flip this all the way up, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and pull back here. This is the hatchback on the side. All right, and the next thing is you're going to go ahead and this part, of course, if this hasn't came out yet, this is the front grill. This comes out from under the bottom. Before it was actually back here. Now it goes over here. All right, next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and rotate the hands down, okay? So we're going to go turn it down and around, and let's go ahead and fold these in, okay? So this one goes inside, and this one comes up and goes inside like that, okay? As you see, you're going to do the same thing, bring this down, and rotate the wheel back up. Here we go. So let's go ahead and bring it down. There we go. Bring it down, and you're going to rotate around so that the wheel comes back up. Go ahead and turn that a little bit. There we go. Okay. So from here, you should be able to see this side. Also, remember one more thing on the hood. You're going to go ahead and slide this together. And then there, you can see that the rotation on the front from the shoulders, the angle of the front tires is here, and you're going to tab these in to the side, okay? There's actually tabs on the grill right here and on the other side. From this point to this point, just go ahead and tab those in, okay? There you go, just like that. Next thing you see from the side, what you want to do is go ahead and turn the arm again to rotate this to the front. And you're going to rotate it to the front, so it's going to come into the front like this, okay? And then do the same thing for the other side. Okay, go ahead and pull this up. So the arm goes up now, and you're going to rotate it inside. And it's just going to go, and you're going to go ahead and tab the front end like this. So now you pretty much got the front of this little, you could say APC, or you could say, I like to call it like a SWAT carrier, to be honest. All right, the next part is the leg area here. Go ahead and basically, for the legs, you want to go ahead and move this part here, flip this over, okay? Flip this over so it locks in kind of like on this side right here, because basically these are the flaps from the other side of the leg. Do the same thing. They actually have it for both sides. This comes over and it pegs in just like that. And then what you're going to do is you want to rotate the whole waist around so that actually you can see right here his original front, the crotch area is now facing on the top of the hatchback. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and fold these feet down inwards like this, okay? And then this is going to come and they're going to swivel in. Okay, this is going to come. So basically, you're going to go ahead and turn and try to put the legs inside. Okay, and do the same thing for the other side. I wish there was actually a peg, Oh, actually, I kind of got out of the ball joint. I wish there was a peg that actually kept the legs together. It would be a bit better, but I can understand, I guess, through the point that they didn't actually do that. All right, so the legs fold in just like this. So you have the two legs. You got his shin knees. Now, one thing you got to keep in mind is when you do transform him, you will be rubbing the stickers. So that's why it's something to think about in the future if you are going to basically apply stickers, that when you apply them and you do transformation, they're going to start peeling eventually. So that's something you're going to think about. Do you really want to put the stickers on? It's like, I think for myself, if I had to have the choice, or I do have the choice, but I figured I'd just do it to show you anyways, I would probably either leave some of the stickers out or just paint the parts I want that I thought that would be rubbing around, you know, pretty much like that. All right, so once you actually fold in the legs like this, then you finally can just bring the hatch, and the hatch is going to peg in here and peg over here on the side. If you look, there's actually two pegs on the side, so you're going to come and bring that down. And just make sure everything is nice and snapped in. Carrier, it looks so much like a SWAT carrier. Kind of looks and reminds me of even that one in the Fast and the Furious. Remember that time when Hobbs was chasing down Dom? He had that gray one. That's what they were when they went to Brazil. Remember that one? That really looks like, I would say that really looks like that kind of APC carrier, or you could say sports utility armored vehicle. Then of course you have here, there's his companion here, and basically we can go ahead and fold this in, okay, like this. And here we are. Basically, you can bring out this part in the middle, and you can attach that to the top or to the side is okay. Either way, there's actually 1, 2, 3. There's actually 3 pegs. Another peg on the side, and you can actually keep it on the top if you wish, or you can actually peg it on the side. It's fine. Okay, next up is the Vehicon transformation. This is actually a quite simple transformation, and you'll see in just a moment how simple. Again, the first thing you're gonna do is basically fold in the hands like so. So on the side, fold in the hands just like this. Then you want to go ahead and rotate in its arm and go ahead and tab that in the side. There's a tab right here, and that goes just right from the side. Make sure you make the small tab inside so that you can see right here, they just basically peg in quite nicely. And do the same thing for the other side real quick. Let me go ahead and find the peg. Peg is right here, okay? And there you are, pretty much. Next thing you're going to do is, see, it's already fold the head back. Next thing, yes, you're going to have to fold the head back, because then basically what happens is, you can see once you push in the, what do you call this, the rear spoiler, it actually, the head already just kind of like jots back in, which is a good thing. It's an automatic jot. Next thing you're going to do is basically here, you want to go ahead and fold out, lift up the front legs. They basically fold out. And then you're going to pull out the hood and the windshield. So you're going to fold it like this. Fold it out like this. There'll be another part right here, okay, like so. Go ahead and fold in the feet just like that. Here, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and try to peg in the windshield and the top. Just basically here, there's a little peg, and you want to just basically squeeze that together. Okay, just squeeze that together right here. And also these two peg in. Also, if you want to flip it around real quick, you see the front of the hood. This actually squeezes together as well, so make sure that is squeezed in tight and nice. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and fold up. Let me go ahead and fold up this. Fold up the legs, okay, that were actually tucked in. And then now you're going to go ahead and fold over the front. So it's like the hood and the front are all combined, and the rear part is going to combine, and it's going to come back like this right there. Really good. Okay, and then go ahead and pull up the leg area right here to match in some symmetrical, just to get that right there. And then you're going to go ahead and bring in the arms, okay, underneath. And there's going to be a peg, okay, if you can see it, there's a peg from this small part to this small part right here. There's a little groove that you just want to enter and just basically put in. Make sure though that, okay, let me do that one more time. Make sure that you do this part first. Don't peg in the back first. Peg in this small part. If you can see it from the angle, peg this small part into the side, because it'll be more difficult, and then you can go ahead and just peg in the side like so. All right, so that now try to get that peg inside and squeeze in, and there we go. And then of course the last part is just bring the wings up just like that, and then you pretty much have it right there. It locks in and it also pegs in. Okay, there we go. And there you go, you have it. You finally finished his form. It is actually quite simple. This one is about a really simple transformation as far as the Decepticons from the Transformer Prime series go. And of course, he's also got his Egu side companion weapon right here, that thing that I like to call a chameleon, basically to transform back into his weapon, as you saw earlier. fold that back, fold this back, just like this. 2 legs go in, 2 legs go in, and there you have it. There's this weapon. You can choose whether or not you want to put the weapon on the side. It's up to you. Actually, you can go, because there's actually quite a bit of pegs in here again, and you can put them on the side like this, which is a nice nice gander. Or if you want, you can actually put him on the wing set if you want, or even on the rear wing. Of course, obviously, it would be better if you had 2 of these, but basically, it only comes with 1, so you have to make do. And you can see here, as far as the stickers go, you can have the front insignia right here on the front. You got some nice coloration silver right here. That's also a sticker on both of the front fenders, you could say. Also the wing, you also have additional stickers on the top and on the bottom again. So you're going to have to put the stickers on separately when you do transform them. Let's go ahead and here we go with Breakdown again. Breakdown, and now we have both Vehicon and Breakdown transformed. Looking pretty good, actually. I must admit they are actually looking pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. Now, I found out through the instructions that if you look over here, it actually has separate sold. You see this where it says sold separately? Those are these, you could say, the weapons. I do believe the other one right here, this must be Megatron's fusion cannon. However, what I found out was the fusion cannon, as you saw in the last review, didn't actually come with a fender, but however, everything else looks roughly the same. So you're able to actually change that into some kind of giant type of double-sided hammer, right now, we've got the Zamu right here for War Breakdown. Then we have the Egu for the Vehicon. And this is the Gora 2 for the Megatron Hades, or you could say his Fusion Cannon. Those are the 3 parts. And from what I saw from the instruction sheet, and I'll show you all again here, pretty much they combine. But the thing is, this one's saying sold separately. This Fusion Cannon, this, you could say Gora 2, doesn't have that wing like it shows at the end. So I'm thinking again, I've been reading a little bit. I didn't do much research because I'm pretty lazy like that. But I, from what I understand, I believe this was not actually. This was supposed to be for a Japanese release, but it never got released. Apparently, the whole Hades Megatron. But anyways, let's go ahead and see if we can do the assembly and see from the instruction what it actually asks. And I did actually try a couple times, and I guess it looks kind of right. However, anyways, you all can judge for yourself after I finish. So the first part is they wanted this part to be folded down. Okay, so this is fold down in between, showing this part here. Let me see, I think, yeah, it's this part right here, actually. It's folded down right here like this. So the Gora 2 acts as this part right here. And then, of course, this one here is quite simple. Just bring the Zamu right here, attach that to the end of the barrel, like so, just like this. Let me go ahead and attach that. Okay, so that's attached, and let's see here. What's the next part it asks for? The next part it asks for is this part here. Is going to go around, and this is going to go under, and this is going to attach just like this right here. And then again, like I said, it's a bit odd. I'm not quite sure about it. You all can leave a comment below if you know a bit more, but I believe this is what the attachment is. Obviously here, this doesn't peg, so it's going to be kind of loose. You can see the split. These 2 parts. It would have been nice if the Gora 2 had some sort of like peg in between to keep the legs kind of closed to form that nice circular pattern, but it doesn't have that. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Is this like a double-sided hammer? I am not quite sure. Here's the final result. If you see in the picture, it does have that resemblance, doesn't it? If you look at the resemblance, it's close as possible right there toward the weapon. However, again, like I said, the Gora 2 doesn't have this little fin or wing per se. It doesn't have this wing on there on that weapon. I'm not sure why. And then, of course, I guess you could say the Vehicon can go ahead and hold this in this sense. And I would think that this would be like an ultimate weapon for Megatron to use, not for the Vehicon to use. So I'm not sure how this was going to play into the series, if it was going to be introduced to the series at all. But that is what I can see from the instruction. Again, I don't know a whole lot, but please leave a comment below. Do you all know exactly what is the whole usage of that weapon? What is it called? I would love to know what it is, because again, I am no expert when it comes to the Transformer. Well, actually, I'm no expert at all to any Transformers. I just like playing, and I like collecting, and I like transforming them, and I like how they look. That's pretty much how it is for myself. As far as expert goes, that's pretty much how you guys perceive it when you all leave comments below. All right. Oh, it looks like Bumblebee and RC are in kind of a rut right now. And why do you ask? Because War Breakdown has really become ready for war. He's just basically all sieged up, just like you saw before in the Megatron review. And now we've got also Vehicon, who's actually formed all three parts to make an ultimate weapon, which I don't know the name for, which is probably better for Megatron. What's gonna happen now? We got War Breakdown, and we got Vehicon with that Super Doom weapon. And these two right here, how are they gonna survive? Ho, ho, ho! Boom, boom! Hey, there it is! It's first edition Optimus Prime and first edition Bulkhead come to save the day! Hey, wait! But actually, they're still in the box. Uh-oh.
Scrap.
Hey there, everybody. Thanks for watching again. I hope you all like it. I finally figured out what I was missing because I really wasn't sure too much about the series. I did look up a little bit, and I finally remembered that it was Breakdown who changed into a Terracon at first, right? Terracon! And that's right, it was like exact renderings from that Blade 2 movie. Actually, I think they just got the idea from the Blade 2 movie, where they just basically changed in from, you know, Blade 2 where the vampires changed into super vampires. Right, and had that blood-sucking thing just sucking other vampires. So I definitely remember that. That's one of the iconic things I think about that series was a Terracon part. It was a child-friendly series that became a bit more dark, you could say, right? In any case, for these two figures, I definitely would recommend picking them up if you've already picked up the Hades Megatron that you saw in my past review, because these would definitely go together nicely, and also because it would give you the components to form. You could see that other additional weapon that you see in the instructions, which it says they were sold separately, and yes, they were sold separately. As far as the playability and the movement of these two figures, definitely I think, again, as just like with the Megatron, they're almost a bit better simply because they don't have that fragile part that I mentioned before of the shoulder area on the Hades Megatron. These two are quite solid. They have tight joints. You don't have to worry too much that it'll be top-down heavy unless you overweigh them like I did with the additional weapons that I put on there. But even then, it can still actually hold its own. Both of them transform pretty well. I think for Vehicon, when you do transform him, he's probably about the easiest one, and for War Breakdown, when you transform him, there will be a couple more pegs and slots you might actually need to just adjust when you put him into vehicle mode, because I did notice on the first couple takes, I did actually have the hatchback not be able to fit in quite well. So just do be mindful of that and do not try to force any of the joints. I do hope they have more in the future from this line, and if they do, I'll definitely be able to pick them up, and I'll want to review them so you all can make a choice whether you think it's the right buy for you, yeah? In any case, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off there, and don't forget, guys, I told you before, I am a fan of Vehicons, and you want to take a look at real quick at a sneak peek of what I got lined up, have a quick look over here, ding! But as always, please, if you like this kind of content, you want to see more reviews like this, go ahead and subscribe and click that alert button too, so you know when the next video pops up, which is hopefully pretty soon. There you have it. You pretty much can see there's the Vehicon, there's the car rendition of Vehicon, then we have this one here, and of course, we're going to see the differences here when we can see the Vehicons, and probably maybe just a couple more Vehicons if we're just going to add it in there, yeah? Again, my name's Mr. Stan, and I'll see everybody on the next video!